Hi everyone, I'm Nigesh from Team ClatPrep. I welcome you all to this series of Quant Magic with another video where we'll be discussing the usage of successive percentage change. Now see, in the last video we discussed the concept of successive percentage change. So let's learn how to use and where to use this concept. Okay, so successive percentage change is basically used whenever we have a situation based on A into B is equals to C. Now I am generalizing this, that whenever two or the product of two or more quantities is equals to third or the other quantity, and we do or try to change or evaluate any percentage changes done in either of these quantities, in those situations we can always use successive. Let's try this with an example. Say suppose I said that the length of a rectangle is increased by 10% and its breadth is decreased by 20%, then what will be the percentage change in the area of the rectangle? Now what generally people do here is they assume that, let's suppose this is the rectangle. Let us assume that the length of the rectangle is 100, the breadth of the rectangle is 50. Now the question is saying that the length is increased by 10%. So what they will do, they'll increase this by 10% and say that the new length will be 110. And further it says that the breadth is decreased by 20%. So what they will do, they will decrease this by 20%, okay, and say that the new breadth is 40, okay, and then they will try to calculate the percentage change in the area. Obviously, I can calculate the area as length into breadth, so the new area will be 4400, and the original area was 50 into 100, that was 5000, and then I can go on and use the concept of percentage change and calculate it. But I'm saying, when you can easily realize that area is nothing but length into breadth, and according to the question the length is increased by 10% and the breadth is decreased by 10%, so we can see a situation where A into B is equals to C. So what I want to say is we can use successive in this situation. How are we going to do it? Obviously, if the length is increased by 10%, the percentage change is plus 10. If the breadth is decreased by 20%, the percentage change is minus 20. And we just learned the concept of successive percentage change, that how do we calculate it? It is x plus y plus xy upon 100. So this is plus 10 minus 20 minus 200 upon 100, and I can easily see that the overall change will be minus 10 minus 2, that is minus 12%. Okay, now what does the minus sign show here? Minus sign shows that the area has decreased, okay, and by what percent? 12%, right? Let's look at another example. Say suppose question says that the price of a product is increased by 30% and thus the sale is decreased by 20%, and we need to find the percentage change in the revenue. Okay, now we can easily relate that the revenue is basically price into sales, right? So if we need to calculate the change in the revenue, I can say that revenue is price into sale, and this price has gone up by 30% and the sale has gone down by 20%. I need to calculate the percentage change in the revenue. How will I do it? I can see that A into B is equals to C. The same relation is used here or is given here. So what we can do, we can use successive. How? Plus 30 minus 20 minus 600 upon 100, which is nothing but plus 10 minus 6, that is plus 4%. Okay, what does the plus sign show here? It shows that the overall revenue has increased, and by what percent? It has increased by 4%. Okay, now these were a couple of questions which were basically the traditional textbook questions based on percentage. What if the similar concept is being used in data interpretation? There have been numerous examples where instead of giving the values, the percentage changes regarding various aspects is given in data interpretation. For example, there are 3 products A, B and C, and the percentage changes are given from 19 to 20. Let it be production or it can be sale or it can be anything, that the percentage change done from 19 to 20 is plus 10 and then from 20 to 21 is minus 10. So I've given the data in terms of percentage. For B is plus 20 and minus 30. Obviously the plus sign shows that the very aspect has increased, and then the minus sign shows that it has decreased. Now let's look at the first question which is being asked from us. The first question is that which product has shown the maximum percentage change from 19 to 21. Okay, now what generally people do here is they assume the values, and as soon as they assume, they realize that the initial values are not given. So the most common answer is we cannot determine the change. Okay, but please try to realize that the question is not asking that which product will have the maximum value in 2021, whether it is sale or production or whatever is given. Okay, the question is not about the value, the question is simply about the percentage change. Now I can see that let's suppose we are talking about product A. I've increased it first by 10%, then I've decreased it by 10%. I can easily calculate the overall percentage change, that is plus 10 minus 100 upon 100, which is nothing but minus 1%. So what is the overall change? The overall change is it has decreased by 1%. Okay, let's talk about product B. The first change is plus 20, the second change is plus 30, the product is plus 600 upon 100. So what is the overall change? It is plus 56%. So it has increased by 56%. Okay, let's talk about C. The change is plus 25% minus 20%. So we can easily calculate plus 25 minus 20 minus 500 upon 100. And I can say that the overall result is 0. That means there is no change done in product C from 19 to 21. Okay, now clearly we can answer the first question, which product has shown the maximum percentage change from 19 to 21? Obviously the answer will be product B. Also, I want you to realize that we can always calculate these numbers mentally. We need not to write them again and again. Once you have gone through with a decent practice, you can always calculate these successive percentage changes in your mind. Okay, so obviously it will help you to try to save some time. Okay, let's look at another question. Say suppose the second question is that if the sale of product A in 2020-21 is 198 lakhs, then find its sale in 2019. Okay, now what generally people do here is they assume the sale in 2019 to be X. They see that it has increased by 10% in 2020, right? So if we increase this by 10%, it will be 1.1x. Okay, then again it is decreased by 10% in 2021. So if we try to calculate, it will be 1.1x into 0.9, or you can say 110% into 90%, like this. And we equate this whole thing as to 198 lakhs, and then we try to calculate the value of x, right, which was supposed to be the original sale in 2019. I'm saying, why do you have to go through such lengthy process when you can easily calculate that the overall change done is minus 1%. If the overall change done is minus 1%, that means the result will be 99%. Okay, if something is decreasing by 1%, the resultant will be 99%. Okay, now this 99% is given as 198. So what will be the original value? That is 100%. It will nothing be but 198 upon 99 into 100. Okay, which we can easily see is equivalent to 200. So what will be the original sale here? Original sale, or the sale of product A in 2019 will be 200 lakhs. Okay, easy. Now let's take another example. Say suppose I've given a certain data in terms of pie charts. I say that the pie charts given below show the revenue generated by the Sons of Anarchy in 4 different cities in 2 years, 2019 and 2020. Okay, the total revenue in 2019 is 1 lakh. Total revenue in 2020 is 1,20,000, and obviously the representation is in terms of percentage, that they generate 30% of the revenue from the city Charming, 20% from Belfast, 25% from Louisiana, and 25% from Miami. Okay, and the similar sort of percentages are given for 2020 as well. Now the question which is being asked from us is find the percentage increase in the revenue generated from the city Charming from 19 to 20. Okay, now what is the first thing which comes into mind? Obviously the figures are quite easy, so we can always calculate. I can always calculate the revenue generated in 2019 from city Charming. The total revenue is 1 lakh, right? And I'll calculate the 30% of 1 lakh, which is nothing but 30,000. Okay, similarly the total revenue in 2020 will be 1,20,000. I can easily calculate, percentage representation is 36%. I can easily calculate 36% of 1,20,000, that is 43,200, and then I'm going to find the percentage change here, that it has increased by 132, right, upon 30,000 into 100. I'm going to cancel out the zeros and say that the overall percentage increase is 44%. Again, my question is, when you can see that the revenue has clearly increased by 20%, right? The total revenue has increased by 20% from 1 lakh to 1,20,000. We can calculate this mentally. It has increased by 20%. Similarly, the revenue from charming has also increased by 20%. You can see the original percentage point was 30%. Now the new percentage point is 36%. So 20% increase हुआ, right? So when we know that the base has increased by 20% and a particular sector is also increasing by 20%, we can directly use successive here and say that the overall percentage change will be plus 20 plus 20 plus 400 upon 100, which is nothing but 44%. Okay, now think about it. What if the values were a little difficult? If you are going to try to calculate it using the traditional method, it might take a bit of time. But if you will try to apply successive here, you will be able to do it very efficiently and very quickly. Also, these numbers can be calculated mentally. Plus 20 plus 20 plus 400 up. We can easily do it in our mind that the result will be 44%. So if the question is asking find the percentage increase in the revenue generated from the city of Charming from 19 to 20, the result will be what? 44%. Okay, I hope everybody realizes that the successive percentage change is a very important concept, whether it is asked as in the form of a traditional textbook question or in the form of data interpretation as well. Okay, so that's it from my side, people. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for more interesting and upcoming videos. Thank you.